We remain open-minded about possible collaborations, but I do think that by focusing on our core priority, the priority of our founding charter, a museum here in New York, a global reach is achieved, beginning with the worldwide scope of our collections, continuing through our website, touring exhibitions, and completed by an international audience that is over 31% of our 4.8 million annual visitors. This outreach is only enhanced by the ongoing scholarly collaboration with peers and institutions around the world and the engagement of our antiquities curators in digs and excavations. Here we see one of our ongoing digs at a mausoleum in Turkey. And here, 2 slides of another dig that we run at Dashur in Egypt. This model of international, this model is of international impact, and it's perhaps best exemplified by something you might have read about in the press recently, the Met's work to help return an Egyptian fragment that our curators realized belonged to a much larger work in Egypt, in Karnak. The granite relief had been on loan to the Met, and our research revealed that the inscription on the fragment matched a larger sort of altar table in an archaeological site. The puzzle was solved, and we were delighted to inform our colleagues in Egypt of this discovery. And because the object was on loan to us, we were able to work with the owner and to return the object to its original site. And I think that symbolizes the museum's deep respect for the importance of protecting Egypt's cultural heritage, and indeed that of all countries' sources of antiquities, and the long collaborative relationship we enjoy with the authorities both in Egypt and in other source countries. I want to get to your questions, so let me finish with a few ideas for you to consider. It's amazing to think that there sits within your city a building containing an Etruscan chariot from the 6th century BC, Picasso's Gertrude Stein, Washington crossing the Delaware, the armor of King Henry II of France, an Egyptian temple not from the 15th century BC, from a few years, well, the life of, what do you call it? Just whether it changes BC AD. Year 1. A 13-foot-long shark floating in formaldehyde, and a medieval reliquary supposedly containing Mary Magdalene's tooth. What are all these objects doing here? What does it matter to have the Met in our city? It's simple. The Met is an international resource on your doorstep that has been built up by generations of collectors and scholars and supporters. The Met is our memory, our classroom, our history. It's our voice, our solace, our inspiration, our pride. It's only by understanding the past that we understand who we are, that we understand the choices we are making and where we're going. Few things speak so powerfully to us, both as individuals and as a civilization, as the art and objects within our galleries. At a moment when the museum faces budget gaps in the coming years of significant sums, I like to think that our communal responsibility to this institution is acutely apparent. The museum will increase revenues and cut costs, but we cannot do it alone. And so, speaking to you as a representative audience of New Yorkers, I'd say what we need to do is to get you and New Yorkers to do simple things, like renewing their Met membership, or upgrading it, or buying one, sending a membership to somebody else, go shopping in the museum stores, book a table in one of the museum restaurants, come and have a drink on a Friday or Saturday evening in the bar in the Great Hall or the Petrie Court, attend a lecture or a concert, or just pay the full suggested admission price on your next visit. It all makes a difference, and it is fundamentally why the Met was established, a museum created by citizens for citizens. It was a wildly ambitious concept 140 years ago when the Met was founded, and I think we should help continue to prove that that was the great vision, and that's what it will remain. And I think we have. Remarkably, this idea, art collections privately amassed, not by the church or royal courts, but by donors determined to share art and history with the public, has survived 2 world wars, recessions, depressions, movies, television, and the internet, without losing its integrity or its relevance. One of my favorite places, I say in New York, in the whole world, is the balcony over the museum's Great Hall. From there, in a few steps, you can find a different culture in any direction, in both the art and our visitors. As I look forward and think of the museum's 150th anniversary in 2020, I challenge myself to envisage the Met that I want to see then, what the experience of our collections could be for that future, what we can build and refine, and what should be treasured and left untouched. That image, that is not yet fully formed, is something that will be part of a dialogue with our staff, with our supporters, and with our audience. But it's great fun embarking on this journey, and I look forward now to hearing some of your thoughts as we turn the floor over to you for your questions. So thank you.